All right, folks, so I got to get set up for flat bench. That's what this video is going to be. So we'll have some, discussion between now and then, but I am just getting over what's possibly COVID. I didn't get tested this time, but I didn't use one of the test kits, but had some interaction with two people that tested positive. So I've kind of assumed I've had it. Haven't put out as many videos lately. And can't tell you that I feel 100%. So we're going to do flat bench today, where we can use the spotter bars and potentially, if anything happens, we'll be spared from danger. I got some new gloves, all right? We're going to use those today. We'll use the Cybex flat bench today. Now, you know me, half the time I come in here and do this, I end up trying to max out because I'm kind of stupid, but we'll see what we do today. I'm wearing a Under Armour compression shirt underneath this sleeveless. I think I made this myself out of a Fruit of the Loom shirt. It's actually one of my favorite workout shirts. One day I will be smart enough to actually mark this here, the pegs, so I know what goes with what. Alright, so I think that's about that. So if you end up getting your own power rack, there's a lot of flexibility. There's also a lot of things that are a pain in the ass about it. One is just, getting it set up every time you want to change an exercise. 2 power racks sure would be nice. I'm going to assume that that is not set at the right height, so we're going to leave one down. We'll see though. So I think the last time I used this, I had what, 390 on there, and that we didn't get it back up, which surprised me because I felt like previous weights I had done, I blasted them up enough that we could, this would be smarter if I practiced ahead of time, right? All right, so we got to figure out 2 things. One, the height we want this at. Then we'll probably move the camera because I don't know if I like that angle. All right, so seems a little low. And these are not low enough, right? Now we want these bars to be low enough that, to be honest with you, I can still hit my chest or if I was, arching my back, my gut, right, for doing real professional powerlifting. There's no way in hell right now I could arch my back. I think from all the sleeping I've been doing, my back is not doing so hot, so there won't be a whole lot of arching. I would do decline, but I've had so many near F-ups lately that I kind of feel like, hey, let's be smart. Use the spotter bars and not kill ourselves. Plus, I saw this upper respiratory congestion, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to breathe right now. Now, if you see this video in the future, it'll be so many days probably past the actual incident. But, you know, one day I'll come out here with a tape measure and put this thing perfectly in the middle. All right, so looking at the camera angle, that's actually not too bad of an angle, I guess. Now, when I get warmed up, we go a little wider and we put the slingshot on. Coming out here like so, won't be so bad. Now, if I fail, just like we did in the video, you don't want this thing on your neck, but if you have the spotter bars, the only safe place to go is to probably roll it towards where my neck would be, but it'll be, the spotter bars are higher than my neck. The spotter bars are not higher than my chest, though. Ideally, we'd have a spotter, all that good stuff, right? But when you are basically, you know, getting started with these channels, and you ain't got nobody, you really ain't got nobody except yourself, right? So that's what we got in this video. One-man channel. All right. So we're good there. One thing that I'm wondering is where are all my, whatchamacallits, my slingshot things? I don't know. I have the Mark Bell slingshot, which back when I was stronger, this seemed to be the one to get, right? But now that I'm way weaker, even if I was on creatine, this thing probably would not be good enough for me. But cool thing is I can slide it on. So I think we will use this one. There's, you know, dangers with going real heavy with those things. Okay, so this thing's set up. I gotta get warmed up, you know. You guys are gonna see a lot more video footage than you probably care to see, but I'm gonna start somewhere in this video. And I honestly don't feel like I'm ready for even a 45 on here. And so, I don't know what weight we'll go to. The fact we are using the spotter bars, we can use the collars. The tolerance between these plates and the bar is, I would call it a pretty loose fit. Where if you guys saw me when I was up there in Newport, we had the professional grade bumper plates, professional bars, and you didn't really need collars, to be honest with you. You definitely don't want to use collars when you're benching heavy by yourself. So I'm going to start off, I think, right off the bat, just using my new gloves. These are, you know, they haven't gotten all stiff. And so they're going to be good, where the other ones, it might be time to throw them out. Or I'll put them in my car. Those will be my travel ones. I haven't figured out how to use my lifting straps with these. Just a little ridiculous probably, but all right. So eventually we'll get a couple more cameras going. Because I gotta make as many views. Kind of funny, like you could just, I could do this whole workout program. Might get one comment. Appreciate the comments, but you know, you make one short video out of a certain lift. No matter if it's, you know, anything great weight-wise, you might end up getting 1,000 views might only get, 50 views, but regardless, all those short videos add up to more views than what the long video adds up to. Now, obviously, if I were, God, we don't want to use the bumper plates. If this channel was monetized like the other one, you would see quite a bit more. I would see quite a bit more cash coming in from the long video than the YouTube Shorts, because you make about 10% about the money you do per view. Alright, so we're grabbing VTX 45. And depending on how things go, we'll get up to probably 300 something. Take a sip of my power drink. Pre-workout. Eventually I'll put the weight belt on. Get more cameras going. So this thing, I would probably never go to the gym with this. Man, arms, shoulders, once they're all pumped up, it'll look good. Thing is, this thing's so tight, makes the belly not look so great, right? So I really didn't care, and I really shouldn't care what people think of me at the gym, but that wasn't for that fact, we'd probably now, I guess we're going to stick with the height on this thing. So I should probably tighten these down. You heard that noise there. That was a reminder that the pins are not locked in. Alright, so we'll bump up to 185. And, some of you all, maybe you do the bench press, maybe you are done with it in 15 freaking minutes, 30 minutes. If you're good and warmed up, hey, you can bang this out. This, though, is really one of the main exercises I do in a week. And we take our jolly ass time. Each set I want to be relatively close to 100%. Get this out of here. Oh. So, yeah, I feel a little better with the compression shirt on, I'll tell you. Obviously as you get older, crap starts to fall apart. Sometimes I have to put something on my elbow. Sometimes I need something around my wrist. You'll see in the bench video, sometimes I'm just using lifting straps, no gloves. And when the wrists feel good. The heavier the weight goes, though, the more I need that wrist support due to an injury on the right wrist hand, where I might feel it afterwards, right? If I don't have it, I'll get through the set, but the next day, maybe I'm doing lat raises, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't even hold on to the weight. That's happened to me before. All right, so 185. You know, one thing I've noticed in my videos, I do spend a lot of time talking about the old days. Maybe we shouldn't do that, but I'm sure there are a few older folks that watch this channel probably feel the same way. God, it was so much easier when I was younger. Oh, it hurt so much less. You know, I can't say enough. You know, when I switch over to the Slingshot, bench sling, whatever you want to call it. Today it'll actually be a real authentic Slingshot, but that has, I believe, extended my bench press life and just overall strength. So I did have a viewer comment. Appreciate, you know, him saying good info in the videos, and then suggested streamlining. Yeah, once I get my watch hours in, folks, we probably will actually make an effort to edit these videos a bit more. I got the tools, you know, both, when I say I got the tools, we have plenty of computers we can edit on. I have, what else do I have? I think we'll do a lower angle from this way. It's about time for the second camera to get going. Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. You'll find that a little brain damage there. I'll be talking about something, just totally forget what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's talk about streamline. So we get our watch hours up, get to that point where it's more, you know, about, hey, the subscribers. You know, people could argue, hey, just put out the best content. But because of the way YouTube is, getting that those watch hours up, kind of tough if you make short videos. So I know I've had a bunch of channels. I definitely kind of feel like I'm an expert on getting them to be monetized, but this is my first channel specifically dedicated to fitness. You'll find on two of the other channels that are monetized that occasionally there'll be a weightlifting video in there. And that's about it. Occasionally. Alright, so camera number 2. That's going to be one that just records 10-minute segments, but eventually we'll get the my best camera out. Should we do that? Samsung Ultra or S whatever, S21, S20. Whew, alright. With ridiculous amount of storage space. So this will be the final set where we don't have Slingshot engaged. One day I'll probably try and max out without the Slingshot, and my shoulder will not be happy about it, but so, I'm sure I had more reps in me. Don't quite feel that loose yet, but I do wonder how much of a difference the Slingshot really makes. You know, those guys say 10 10 to 20%. We'll take the weight belt off so I can breathe. 10 to 20%. And it really depends on where in the lift that it matters. You've seen in one of my videos, it takes about 160 pounds, 165 I think. I'll have to pull up the exact video, but just to get that weight to come all the way down to my chest. Without the strap, or without the slingshot, obviously, the bar will come to my chest, right? But you need all that weight just to get it down there. So what does that tell you as you're, basically starting the movement? You got those back muscles working, the slingshot and tension. It is definitely getting you going good, right? And if you're really repping, there's a lot of kinetic energy in there that's helping you out. But when you come down and stop, you've got all this potential energy, and then it unleashes. It does aid, but I feel like sometimes when I'm repping that it's not the first rep that I get the most out of it, it's the second rep. But yeah, does it really give you 10 to 20%? Depends on where it is, 20% here, 15 here, 10 here, 5, nothing, right? As you lock out, that thing doesn't do anything for you. It does help support my shoulder a little bit, but so maybe I'm, off with that statement. So normally I try and stretch out a little bit. If I was at a good gym or not so good gym like Planet Fitness, I would potentially jump on the elliptical. I might do my favorite thing to do is some lat pull downs with the machine, the select drive plate equipment machine. Sometimes the cable lat pull down, but that makes a difference, You're warming up the back, you're warming up the shoulders, you're warming up, pretty much everything. I think that helps more than doing freaking elliptical, or you're not going to get anything out of the bike really. Yeah, your body temperature will be up, but running, walking, elliptical is definitely #1 piece of cardio, I would say, for warming up for bench press. If not doing that, then doing lat pull downs. Plus, you want to have a strong back. Strong back can lead to bigger bench. And I definitely, from what I've seen in comparison to other people, I would say I have a pretty strong back. Now, is my bench very strong anymore? No, but whatever. We're going to keep pumping, folks, until we can't pump no more. Yep. After, 30 some years working out, the days of not being able to bench press or getting closer to an end than at any point before, right? All right. Now looking at this, almost looks like the bar is bending a little bit. Oddly enough, that's not even that much weight. We have 4 Olympic bars, and 2 of them are 45 pounds, to include this one. I think one of them might be 40, which sucks when I max out, because I'm like, oh, I always forget that part. But if you see me using the green bar, I guess call me out on it that I've forgotten. Then there's a 3-piece bar that I think weighs 18 pounds or 33 pounds. Or, it's a lot lighter. Oh yeah, we don't want to do this without this. Now, you know, some people say, oh, your slingshot is way too much for your bench press. Probably a very true statement right now, like I said earlier. But I don't feel like grabbing the other one, so we're going to go with this one. And it is almost time, I think, to buy another one of these because as the arms are getting bigger again, this thing is getting harder to put on. At least after when I get a good pump. Later in the video, you'll see I probably can't get it around my right arm as easy. Okay, so here we go. We'll go slightly wider, so my pinky, we'll put it outside of the ring. I definitely felt looser on that, folks. Okay. Now, the question is to go to 315. Now, one thing that amazes me with a bench sling, you will probably notice the amount of reps that I do here with 315 coming up. Probably anywhere from 4 to 6. And then when I maxed out at, albeit this was after I did decline, was, what did I max out at? 380. Failed at 390. Or actually, I think I got 385, sorry. I do not remember, but 380, 385, who cares? 5 pounds. But yeah, so on the decline, I can do, there's a video of it. I did 320 for 9 reps. Or no, sorry. Actually, I did 10 reps, I think, or, oh hell. I need to pull this stuff up live. Whatever that number was, but we got 325 for 8 reps. I know that for a fact, okay? So, here, I'd be lucky if I could probably do 295 for 8 reps. But yet, my max over here is exactly the same as, pointing over this way because that's where the decline is. Now that, they're like identical, what my max is. Which tells me my biggest problem probably is my chest, not my chest, my triceps. All right, so let me take this off so I breathe a little better. Probably time for camera number 3. I can figure out a spot for camera number 3. So we'll get a side. We'll do the side view. Okay. Good stuff though, folks, good stuff. All right, so yeah, streamlining. You know, I guess the real difference, and I was talking about this video let's say it gets a couple hundred views, maybe 1,000. It may end up with 100 watch hours. If I do this video and I edit it down to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that video, same amount of views, let's say it gets 1,000 views, it may end up only with 9 hours of watch time. So getting to 1,000 hours takes a lot longer that way, right? And I think I've been doing this channel for 2 months now. We're at about 2,500 watch hours, which ain't bad in comparison to the other channels. I got 2 other channels I'm trying to get monetized. Gardening channel, gardening, travel, and food review channel, do with the wife, and then a gaming channel. Now my 2 tech channels, they're already monetized, and used to have a sports channel that turned into something else. So quite a bit of monetization going on there. But we obviously want to, increase the size of the empire, make more money. That's my big goal, folks. Making more money. Alright, so I'm trying to get camera number 3 set up. This will be the short video. Not to say I can't make shorts out of all of these, but it's a little bit easier. So my plan is backfiring already. So I have to put this on the floor. Okay. Let's say we're ready for 315. Alright folks, I'm going to do 315 in this video with the Slingshot, and who knows if you guys will like the camera angle or not, but still kind of warming up, folks, so I might do quite a few reps. I may not. And then of course, notice if I put it's on backwards. Always on backwards. This one's tapered. And one day I'll put some white paint on it, put exactly which side I need to put my arms in. Got brand new gloves for the video. Alright. So here we go. Spotter bars. I didn't count the reps, but I think I was at least 6. And we I did more than we thought we were going to do. Whew. I didn't start arching my back till a little bit into that, instead of starting off that way. Now, question is, what weight to go to next? That felt pretty damn good, folks. With a spotter, we probably would have pushed it. I really don't, even though I got the spotter bars, I really don't want to have weight come crashing down on me.
Excuse me. Even though we could almost do a negative. I don't think at my age negatives are good though. Whew. So this felt a lot better than when we attempted 390 the other week. We could be stupid and just go, well, let's try and max out again. What do we need? We need 70 pounds to get 385. Actually, I want to go, I think 386. So each set we do, we'll put 1 more pound on there. And maybe I'll just, where's all the tins? I made a 90-pound dumbbell out of Olympic weights yesterday. Or not yesterday, a couple days ago. So we're going to go to 336. Half pound microweight, half pounder. And I'm not sure I've heard anybody getting killed in a power cage with spotter bars. So I'm going to leave the collar on everything. Even though part of me wants to go without the collars. Yeah, hell, maybe we'll go without the collars. That's extra weight. But we're not really tracking how much it weighs. But yeah, just in case, even though I got spotter bars, I am down here by myself. That's a shit ton of weight. And you never know what could happen. Hell, maybe I could get the weight to land on my face. I'm not sure of all the bad things that could happen here. Now, obviously, with the Slingshot, just like with a really, let's say a 3-ply bench shirt, it could you could lose control of it coming down. So there is also the potential of that. Definitely getting a little more bend in the bar. All right. Let me take this one. Just kind of. So, folks, here's my bench setup. We got the Go Plus Power Rack. This was available at Amazon or Walmart back in the day. It's about 200 some bucks. It is definitely paid for itself. Then we have, I don't remember, I think this is a VTX bar. We've got a VTX plate in here, standard barbell cap. I say barbell plate. Standard barbell plate or whatever it's called. Cap 45, a cap 10, and a microweight half pounder. Cybex flat bench. I think it sits exactly 17 inches off the floor, except for obviously I put some padding on there to match the carpet height. Because yours truly was too stupid to not move the carpet over when you put this over here. But so, all right, a couple more minutes break, and then we will get the video going again. Yeah, so this really isn't too bad a setup. I feel better, like I said, if I had a spotter. You're lifting this much weight, you just kind of, you like to have somebody take the weight off the rack. Somebody take the weight off the rack, somebody to, help you if it's coming down. maybe somebody to help you get out those last couple reps, or last rep, maybe an additional rep, maybe 2 additional reps. I have noticed though, when I get that much extra assistance, it jacks you up for the next set, or it will totally take your energy from you. All right, so we've got 336, 345 pounders on there, or 10, and a half-pound plate on each side. Get my weight belt on. Get the slingshot on. Now I think I have 5 slingshots, or 5, I should say, 1 authentic slingshot and 4 Chinese knockoffs. For the money, the gray one I have, I like the best. You know, if you were going to say, considering it costs $20, and it does roughly what one of the lower grade ones of these would do. And the one that has ox on it, that thing gives you as much of a boost as this thing does. Okay, here we go. So, going a little wider, and hope to get 4 to 6, folks. A little scary when I put that back on the rack, the way the rack went backwards, but weight's on there. Now, a scary thing would be, just like what happened with me in the military press, would be if I did get the weight up on the rack. I'll pause this other camera. If we didn't get the weight on the rack, which is easy enough to happen. So I want to say that was 5. Doesn't give me a warm and fuzzy though that I have 385 or 386. What else? 386 or 390. 391 in my future today. I'm actually feeling pretty strong for somebody at the latter stages of an illness. So the question, folks, what goes next? Throw 10 pounds on there. We're probably gonna get two reps. So I think we'll go there. Or maybe instead of trying to do a bunch of reps, we'll just see how it goes. So this would be 356. Now, one thing I did notice, when you put the spotter bars one up, which is another, I don't know, 2-3 inches, might be 3 inches, and you hit that bar coming down, it does not feel as good as going all the way down into your chest. Now, if I didn't have the slingshot, maybe it would feel easier if you compared non-slingshot of having the safety bar lower versus having it one higher. It probably is easier that way. Less work, right? Work equals force times distance. We have 3 inches less distance. Now the Slingshot obviously is probably most potent when it's down, when the bar is deep down in your chest. So at least helping you get going. And of course, there's nothing that can be done about weak triceps. Can't get the weight up, rack the weight, lock it out, and then Slingshot's not really going to help you there, except for, I think when you're repping out, you really get banging. That thing helps you because of momentum. The weight's going up faster off your chest. But if you take it slow and easy, it's not really going to help you as much. And that I think is a problem when I get to the heavier weights here. It becomes all tricep. You know, obviously a little bit of chest, very little assistance from the Slingshot. All right, so we're getting close to going again. I really haven't been stretching out very good this video. Which is not so great. So I got to tell you, folks, one thing I've been doing lately, you know, I don't know if it's a good idea. Probably not a good idea. I've been trying to do like decline one day, incline the next day, flat bench, or incline, you know, and incline. And then the third day, it's like, boom, military press. So we are beating ourselves up quite a bit. Probably not the smartest thing in the world. I think I need to go back to one day of chest, but and it might be time, I think, to start mixing it up, doing incline first, followed by decline. But considering I'm putting so much more weight on decline, that's not a good feeling to be worn out. Okay, so I took a little, not NyQuil, what is it, Tussie M, whatever the hell that stuff is, to help loosen up the congestion. And it's actually seems to be working. Time for a nasty Hall's cough drop. Hopefully I won't choke on it. Probably not a good idea to have this in my mouth while I'm doing this. All right, so let me put my weight belt on. All right, folks, we got 356 on there, 45-pound bar, 345s, 210s, and half-pound plate there. Not going with the collars. Down here in the basement, working out by myself, we do have spotter bars. So if you're at home, you know, don't do this without spotter bars if you're lifting this much weight. All right. Hell, even if you're lifting 225, 185, there's a whole lot of weights out there that could kill you, right? Now, somewhere in here recently, folks, I got a little spooked by a couple of almost accidents, so we're trying to be a little smarter in our old age. All right, so kind of just try and do, I think, one or two, and try and go up 20 more pounds after this.
have 20 more in us. That was, that felt a lot heavier than it should have. Alright, pause this camera. So, whew. God, that felt heavy. You know, when you ain't got anybody to take the weight off the rack and you're got it far enough behind you, you can definitely feel it. So we went, we had what, 336, 5 reps, 356, 2 reps. And I've been able to feel like I would have got 3. And I'd say, oh yeah, 376, no problem. But I didn't get a warm and fuzzy from that, folks. So maybe we should do 366. Now we get 366, we'll probably be pretty freaking tired by then. Weights did slide a bit there on the last set. Actually, last 2 sets left side. It's the only scary part about doing this without the collars. If you're not essentially the same on both sides, taking a little bit of a risk. So I haven't even checked this other camera lately if it's recording very well. And for the most part, I think it is. Looks like we're a little off the center from where we should be. I didn't even have my wrist things tight that last time. Yeah, I think it was when I did 390 where I lifted it off and I was like, oh no, this feels really freaking heavy. And I've lifted 500 off of the decline. So I don't, that really felt heavy. I was surprised. Maybe it's the angle. Not sure. I may try and I'll probably jump on the decline after this and try and rock out a few reps. Let me pause this one real quick. All right, I'm back. So, I'm gonna get up, get ready for another set. This other camera ready. All right, folks, so we got 366 on here, 345s, a 25, half pounder, 45-pound barbell. And get our weight belt on. So when I was up in Newport, I was using a different belt at the gym. And I think I not only need a bigger belt, but I like the thinner belts better. So we need to buy another belt, I think.
All right. I just get confused on which side's tapering out. So we'll just try and do one. We'll see how it goes. If we pop it up, easy enough. This is not going on as well as I thought it would. Shows me I'm really getting pumped up, or put it on backwards. All right, gloves on good, belts on, slingshot engaged. So that was easy to get up, but I'm making a video, woman. All right, so 366. Like I said, once I got off the rack, that was easy to drive up. Or the first rep, I actually did feel though I engaged my legs a little bit. I gotta tell you folks, I don't feel comfortable going heavier today. That was a little painful getting off the rack. I'm sure I have 5, 10 more in me. Maybe even up to 20. But we'll be smart, I think, and maybe just rep out. I've got feel pretty fresh. It's tempting to put 315 on here and do, I don't know, 8 to 10, but I don't know what we did earlier. Like, I wasn't loose, and we did anywhere from 6 to 8. I think we'll put 346 on, or 246, and try and get 20 reps out of this. I think that'll be fun for me. Doing kind of a cheating NFL combine, right? This is 20 pounds more than these guys do. It's also engaged, training equipment engaged, or whatever you want to call it. And we'll put the collars on because we're gonna bang this shit off our chest. Momentum is our friend. Loosen this up. Actually, I don't even need the weight belt for this weight, but so we'll have 246 on there, and if we're lucky, like I said, it'll go up and down no problem. I think in the future I may just wear the compression shirt again. It's getting close to, I don't know if it's considered fall yet, but fall and winter, and the bones will be creaking. So we'll just be smart about it. All right, so I can't say we maxed out today, but yeah, last week, right before I started feeling like crap, and actually, I think it was the day after I started to feel funky, we did hammer strength bench, put 4 plates on, equivalent of 4 plates on each side, which 405 minus a 25-pound counterweight. So that was 380. And that thing's actually at an angle, so you know, whatever it is, cosine of 87, sine of 87, tangent 87 times the weight would probably give you, you know, throw some friction in there too, but would actually give you the actual value. Of what weight we lifted. So it's probably less. But yeah, no spotter. Did that. I think I did that real early in the morning when I should have, you know, said, hey, can you spot me on this? Because just getting the weight off of the rack can be difficult. And then there's the danger of not getting it back on the rack. And the spotter things on the hammer strength are definitely get in your way. So I did the like I said, 380, and it went up pretty easy. Probably would have got a higher number, but ever since I've been, you know, over 50, I've been wanting to hit those 400 numbers, like a solid 400. And I don't think it's going to happen. Not unless I'm at the doctor and he says, hey, you need to take this, whatever that supplement may be that would help me. Otherwise, you know, we'll never get back there. We were plateaued, folks. And that's not too bad, you know. I mean, realistically, my bench, with or without the Slingshot, is a lot higher than most people. Okay. And obviously, there's people who go to the gym can only lift, you know, 95 pounds, 100 pounds, 185, whatever. But luckily, throwing all those people in there makes you a lot greater or higher, the highest percentile, right? All right, so we're going to. Oh, we got to record one last set. Hopefully, I haven't wasted too much on this one. All right, folks, we have 246 on there, so 245s, 10, half pounder. Put the collars back on, and a 45-pound barbell. So I think those collars weigh anywhere from 4 to 6 ounces. Really, we're doing a little bit more, but I do have a video where I weighed every one of my collars. You would think I would know which one's which. These are the lightest ones. Okay, so here we go. Hope for 20, folks. Like I said, momentum, banging, whatever, you know. True NFL form here. Because those guys really pretty much cheat on all their sets or their reps. Okay. Yep. So, I had a spotter. Maybe I got one more, but I have a feeling, folks, that was only like 16 to 18. But there you go. We're done. Dave's done. Thanks for checking out the Weight Slayer. And I guarantee if you keep watching the channel, I'll probably get weaker and weaker as years go by. But that was a good set. Definitely got a good tricep workout out of it. And it was only an hour and 5 minutes.